Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the NSC and NCTV's production of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. Today, the Sandwich Blue Knights take on your Nantucket Whalers Girls Soccer team live from the Nobody Soccer Fields here on beautiful Nantucket. It is a beautiful day, a beautiful afternoon for a soccer match today as the Nantucket Sports Connection brings you live coverage of Nantucket Whalers Girls Soccer as they take on Sandwich. The Whalers 5-5-3. They are number 40 in Division III, and they are in the thick of the playoff hunt. They are coming up a scoreless tie against Abington on the road. That was way back on October 6th, meaning they should be well rested after a week of bad weather kept them on island, and Nantucket has won 3 in a row at home. For Sandwich, 10-4-3. They're number 11 in Division IV. They have a bid for the postseason after a rough 2024 season that saw them fall to 6-11-1. Sandwich bested Nantucket 2-0 across the Sound back on September 26th. Overall, the Whalers have a 0-4-1 record against the Blue Knights in modern history of the two programs, leaving Nantucket hungry for a first-time win against Sandwich. Oddly enough, the last time Sandwich made the playoffs in 2023, these two teams were in the opposite brackets. The Blue Knights entered the Division III tournament ranked number 23. They won their opening round matchup against Holyoke before falling 5-2 against Dedham in the round of 32. The Whalers qualified for the Division IV tournament in 2022, 2023, and 2024 before moving up to their new division this year. And so, in just a few moments here from the Nobody Soccer Fields on Nantucket, we will have coverage of this game. Nantucket, in their non-usual blue, they are wearing pink today. Breast Cancer Awareness Month for October. So we certainly appreciate that. So they'll be in the blue jerseys, going right to left to start off, most likely. And Sandwich in their away white jerseys with dark blue numerals and letters. There is not a cloud in the sky here at the Novadear Farm Fields. We've got temperatures in the lower 60s. Bit of a breeze, too. We'll get more details of the forecast and give you some of the players to look out for in just a moment. But first, we want to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you live coverage of Nantucket Whalers Athletic Sports here on NCTV and the NSC. And it starts with the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. We'll hear a word from them and be back with more right after this on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit HighlineCruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Back here live at the Novadear Farm Soccer Fields here on Nantucket. I'm DC Collins, by the way, filling in for the voice of Whaler Sports, Chris Morris, on this Wednesday afternoon. Glad to have you with us here on the NSC on NCTV and worldwide at YouTube, and also on Xfinity Comcast Channel 1072 on this Wednesday afternoon. I want to say thanks also to the man, the myth, the legend, Charles Douglas, spinning the dials and keeping us on the air, and our camera operator today is Santiago Oviedo. Hey, I want to remind you, it is a big weekend for Nantucket sports. It is homecoming. The festivities begin around 6 o'clock, right around Vito Capizzo Stadium and back of the high school. Bonfire, pig roast on Friday afternoon, and then the big game as Nantucket, their football team, our pregame coverage will start at 2:30 on Saturday, kickoff at 3:15, and then the following weekend, the big game for the Island Cup, Saturday, November 1st at Martha's Vineyard. We will be there with live coverage of that game starting at 1 o'clock on Saturday, November 1st. First things first, Nantucket's got to get past their opponent this weekend for homecoming, but then the Island Cup game, which could have Nantucket undefeated against Martha's Vineyard. We will be on the road on the other island, 1 o'clock for the pregame coverage for the Island Cup as well. Nantucket, as we mentioned, struggling just a bit, still in the playoff race. Sandwich has built a playoff roster, and they are headed to the playoffs for the postseason. Lane Crayhansel will be their goaltender today. She is the senior, wearing number 25 to our left in white and blue. And for Nantucket, some of the names that stand out, of course, Emma Woodbury, who plays travel soccer, and we want to thank her parents, Ben and Heather, for being a proud sponsor of the NSC on NCTV. Wicked Island Bakery, be sure to check out those morning buns. Get them while they're hot, literally first thing in the morning over at Wicked Island Bakery. Also Molly Bedell, Ruby Stedman, and a host of others to mention for Nantucket. Again, they'll be in the pink jerseys today, wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month for the month of October in this home game for Nantucket. 40 minutes up on the board. We're just a few more minutes away from opening kickoff here today. Sandwich a little bit late arriving. If you're on Nantucket, you know there is a giant house, a mansion being moved all over the place on Nantucket, which made us a little late, and Sandwich a little late arriving here to the Novadear Farm Fields. But again, 62 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. We're expecting temperatures to drop into the mid to upper 50s by the time the sun goes down, which should be right around the end of regulation time here. Now, there is a breeze, and it's flowing from the bottom left of your screen to the top right, and you can see some of the flags at the corners, the corner flags blowing almost starched to the right-hand side. So that might have an effect with some of these crossing patterns that these two teams will try to run. We will get underway in just a few moments after we take this quick break. A reminder, we've got high school football this Saturday. It is homecoming, 2:30 for the pregame show, 3:15 for the kickoff. But first, we present Nantucket Girls Soccer, and that's coming your way right after these words. The Whalers taking on Sandwich in just a few moments here on the NSC and NCTV.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
Here's your NSC Whalers play of the game.
Good an opportunity as Nantucket has seen. They've already had 5 shots on goal unofficially. It'll be gross to put it in play here. She's got an opportunity well within her range. Chabarby bouncing in net, looking to gather any dictation of where it is. Gross. Shot scores! Chelsea Gross bends it in the corner and gets it past Chabarby for the first goal of the game. Let's have a look at that beauty. Number 23. Bingo!
This NSC play of the game brought to you by Tom Hanlon Landscaping. Since 1996, outstanding garden design and landscape construction services right here on Nantucket Island. Visit them at tomhanlonlandscaping.com.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Welcome back to the Nobody Farm Road soccer fields here on Nantucket. I'm DC Collins filling in for Chris Morris today, along with Santiago Oviedo, our camera operator, and Charles Douglas spinning the dials, keeping us on the air here on the NSC and NCTV. Jeff Smith, Mike Glennon will be our officials today. It's Nantucket and Sandwich for this girls' varsity soccer match. Sandwich, as I mentioned, with a record of 10-4-3. Nantucket still in the playoff hunt, though, but this would mean a lot to them. They haven't beaten Sandwich yet, so this would mean a lot if they can get this win as they try to catapult into the playoffs this afternoon. Sunny skies, 63 degrees. We've got winds right now out of the southwest at 15 miles per hour, gusting to about 25 miles per hour. So that could make a big difference here in this afternoon's matchup. No rain expected and no clouds expected either, and temperatures 63 right now, dropping into the upper 50s by the time we reach the end of this match regulation. It's an artificial turf field here at Nobody Farm Soccer Fields, so they may be a little slick, and we are just about to get set and underway. Sandwich in their white uniforms, trimmed in blue with blue numerals and letters. Nantucket, as I mentioned, wearing the pink jerseys in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month here for October, with the black numerals and letters on the back of their jerseys as well. Glad you could join us here on the NSC and NCTV. I'm DC Collins filling in for Chris Morris, welcoming you in if you're watching worldwide on our YouTube channel for the Nantucket Sports Connection, or locally here on Nantucket, Comcast Xfinity Channel 1072. Looks like Sandwich will get the opening kickoff. Sandwich will be going in their white jerseys from left to right, and Nantucket in pink today, traveling left to right. Sandwich right to left. Nantucket left to right in the pink jerseys today. They will have the wind at their back to start this first half. 40 minutes up on the scoreboard. We'll play running time. And again, what you see on the scoreboard, we will have the exact score with goals, but the time fluctuated. It's up to the officials that are on the field today. Again, our officials, Jeff Smith and Mike Glannon. So to take the kickoff, the opening kickoff, is Paige Morrison, the senior, wearing number 4 for Sandwich. Again, Nantucket has not beat Sandwich. And we are underway as Sandwich controls and gets it to the far side of the field. Again, Sandwich in white, Nantucket wearing pink today. Send it over to the near side. Listen, Viola moves it towards the middle to Gaffney wearing number 5. Played over to the far sideline. Sandwich still with control in the opening seconds of this match. Along the far sideline, and it goes out of bounds, and Sandwich will have a throw-in deep in the offensive zone. They try to get into the box, goes out, and this will end up in a 6 kick for the Whalers. So just about a minute in, and with the Whalers seeing their first possession here this afternoon. Madden Myers, the 11th grade goalkeeper for Nantucket this afternoon, as they move it along the far side of the field. Played back up by Willow Richards. Nantucket out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for Sandwich along the far side, as Woodbury just couldn't control it off of her foot. Woodbury with a good defense, steps in front. Great takeaway right there, and Nantucket trying to gain possession again, and they do. Good job by Woodbury on the defense. Now a ball heading towards the sideline, and it rolls out of bounds. Chased down there by Viola, and she'll have the throw-in along the near side. And you can see the flag in the background. So again, the wind blowing from left, bottom left to top right of your screen here at the Nobody Soccer Fields. And a pretty stiff breeze. Nantucket looks to move it ahead. Instead, Richards knocks it down, goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Sandwich along the near side. As this will be Viola to do the honors. Goes off of Sandwich. And so Nantucket now with the throw-in, as it was knocked down by Whitney. Schroeder threw it in. Schroeder gets it right back. Whistle, though. And a foul against the Whalers. And that'll go against Maya Johnson. And right away, the officials, Jeff Smith and Mike Glannon, saying, just take it easy. Free kick coming up right around midfield for Sandwich. Addison Curley to do the honors. Again, the scoreboard showing remaining time here. And we're down to 37:04 remaining here in the first half. We have a lapse time on our scoreboard, and that's what we'll go with. As it's sent all the way across the goal mouth. Nobody there to knock it in for Sandwich. Nobody to knock it away for Nantucket. Whalers got fortunate with that one as it's played along the far side. Up ahead this time with it, here's Lebrecht. Lebrecht sends it up the far sideline. Giving chase right there is Gross. Gross tries to make her way around the defender, and a good job right there of stepping back is Morrison. You saw it in our pregame right before we started here. Gross with the goal, part of our highlight package when Nantucket played Falmouth back on September 30th. Here's a throw-in for the Whalers as it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a Sandwich thrown along the far side. This one played at midfield by Nantucket, and coming over to clear it to the near side of the field. Great job by the defense there of the Whalers. Rolls out of bounds, though. And so Sandwich will get the throw in along the near sideline. Here's Gaffney. Throws it in this time. Gets it into Whitney. Sends it towards the middle of the field. Isabel Barr now with it. Plays it up ahead. This is Quinn Anderson. So they switch to the far side of the field. Stepping in front of that, though, is Nantucket. Sent in, and it goes over the end line a bit too far for Lebrecht. And so this will be a 6 kick. I know they're going to rule it a corner kick for Nantucket. So first scoring opportunity here for the Whalers' first corner kick of the afternoon. And this is Maya Johnson to take it in the far corner. And just about 5 minutes in to this first half, 40-minute halves they play here in the MIAA. And we are still scoreless. But here's Johnson to put the boot on it. And sends it into the box. And right into the goaltender. Great job there by Krahenzel to swallow it up. A bunch of pink jerseys right in front of her. But she's able to corral it and send out a low line drive kick that takes a few bounces here on this artificial turf. Up ahead this time it's Lebrecht. Sent back by Sandwich. Sandwich has it, trying to play it out wide. Here's Whitney with it. Whitney unmarked, sends it into the box. It's knocked down there. A few players at the deck. Here's another shot. Great save as it's made there by the goalkeeper. Myers had it go off her fingertips off the crossbar and kept it out of the net. Keep this match scoreless. 50-50 ball in the middle of the field. It is knocked down by Nantucket, trying to play it ahead. Sandwich, though, able to knock it down. They try to send it to the far side of the field. Sandwich just looks about a half step faster to these 50-50 balls and these loose balls along the sideline. And still working along the sideline. Nantucket trying to get something generated on the offensive end. They can't. Now stepping in front. Great job there by Lebrecht. Move ahead. This is Johnson with it. Johnson trying to spin with it. Floats out a bit too far. Stopped there. That time by Morgan Whitney, who's been all over the field. One of the midfielders for Sandwich. Gets right by the defensive Schroeder. Whitney still with it. And sends it towards the box. Knocks down by the Whalers defense. Goes on to the foot, though, right there of Morrison. Whalers have it. Taken away, though, by Barr. Barr along the far sideline as the Whalers intercept. Whalers looking for something right now. They send it into the middle of the field and knocked down as they tried to go wide with it along the far side, trying to connect with Gross. Couldn't find it, though. This time it's Morrison with it for Sandwich. Gets it into the box And Myers has it as the junior goaltender will come out just a bit to the 18-yard line and send it our way. Takes a bounce and goes out of bounds. And the Whalers turn it over once again as Johnson couldn't control it along the near sideline. Right in front of us, again, this is Whitney with it. Trying to make a move. Goes out of bounds on the throw-in for the Whalers. And goes off of a Richards sandwich player. So now Nantucket will have a throw-in along the near side, just over the midfield stripe, as we are 8 minutes in to a scoreless first half here on Nantucket. Glad you could join us on the NSC and NCTV for this girls soccer matchup between Sandwich and White, and Nantucket wearing the pink jerseys with black numerals for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Sandwich along the far side. That goes out of bounds, so Nantucket will have a throw-in. And to do the honors will be Ruby Stedman. Stedman gets it back to Nikolova. Now onto the foot of Harper Lebrecht. Tried a crossing route, but that's intercepted. And this one goes out of bounds. And so the Whalers will have a throw-in right at the midfield line. Here's Grace Schroeder to throw it in for Nantucket. Johnson heads it down, but now it's pushed up ahead. And now with a mini breakaway here is Morrison. Good defense by the Whalers, though, to clear it out of harm's way. And this one will be sent all the way back to the goalkeeper, Krahansel. Sends it to the near side. Whalers take it away once again. That's Johnson. Johnson, who has it, puts it on Harper Lebrecht's foot. But it's taken away by, again, Morgan Whitney wearing number 6 for Sandwich. She has been all over the place, especially on the near side of the field. And a player taken down. And so Sandwich will get a free kick. The foul was committed by Schroeder. Sent it up ahead, and they didn't realize that Morrison got past them, the Whalers' defense. And now Nantucket will clear it back into the Sandwich end. Knocked down there by Sutton Lebrecht. Whalers have it. They try to send it wide, looking for Gross. She couldn't find it, though. 50-50 ball up in the air. And knocked down there by Johnson. Taken away. Another opportunity for the Whalers. Johnson up ahead. Johnson's got some room to work with. Number 9 in pink. Here's Johnson with it for Nantucket, streaking her way towards the box. Johnson gets double-teamed, and it's knocked out of bounds, so a corner kick from the near side for Nantucket. Oh, great awareness right there. Johnson saw her teammate was going to grab control of the ball, sprung free, and was wide open for just a little while. And that forced the Sandwich to knock it over the end line. So a corner kick upcoming here for Nantucket. As we are 10.5 minutes into the first half. Still no score, but Nantucket with an opportunity as Johnson sends it all the way through the goal mouth. Sandwich heads it out of the box. Still a battle for it there. That's Gross turning with the shot, and that one sails wide. So a 6 kick coming out for Sandwich here into the wind as we still remain scoreless 11 minutes into this first half. Controlled by Gaffney. Sent up ahead. Looking for Whitney. Sandwich is. Right now with it, though, is Lauren Meyer. Meyer gives it back off. We'll move it ahead this time, and that is Morrison. Morrison sends it to no one, and coming out to pick it up is Myers this time for Nantucket. Myers surveys the scene. Gives it a boot. Our first substitution of the game will come in at the next dead ball. That is Tedeschi, number 13, ready to check in. Instead, though, here's Johnson with it for Nantucket in pink, number 9. Goes across the field for a pass. And nothing developing there for Nantucket, so here comes Sandwich once again. Whalers try to control along the near sideline, and they do, and it goes out of bounds off of the foot of Viola. And so Nantucket will have a throw-in along the near side. Here's Schroeder with it. Johnson has it. fans on the centering attempt. White jerseys there to take it away. As they move it up ahead, Sandwich does along the near side. Goes right into the breadbasket, though, of Schroeder for Nantucket. She knocks it down, and now Nantucket will try to send it ahead. Nothing doing there. And so Sandwich with the big boot. Off of the head that time of Nikolova into the center of the field. Nice defense by Nantucket as they send it wide. Sandwich does. And giving chase is Anderson. And it's taken away, and here come the Whalers on a mini break. Sent ahead, but nobody there for Nantucket. So Viola with an easy clearing attempt. Now a loose ball that's chased down by Gaffney along the far side of the field. With it right now is Anderson. Taken away by the Whalers. Sent ahead, but Nantucket corrals, and will send it back over the midfield stripe. Loose ball, who could pick it up first? This is Johnson with it. Johnson has a step, but a bit too far in front of her. And Greyhansel comes out to make the save. Outlet pass to the far side. Out of the near side, here's Barr. Meyer sends it across the far side. You can see the wind having the effect, blowing that ball back as it reaches the far sideline. Sandwich trying to work on the far side of the field. They send it in and taken down. Meyer. Official calls a foul, so a free kick upcoming just outside the 18-yard box. This time for Lauren Meyer, number 7 for Sandwich. See how Nantucket sets up their defense. We are still scoreless, just over 14 minutes into this first half. Meyer to take the free kick for Sandwich. And almost everyone for Nantucket, except for Sutton Lebrecht, inside the box on defense for the Whalers, wearing pink. The kick by Meyer sends it low. Knocked down by the wall for Nantucket. They get it back outside beyond the box. Meyer still has it, though. I'm sorry, for Sandwich, though. That was Barr. Shot goes high in the box. Myers comes out. It's headed in the back of the net, though. Oh, Myers was kind of in no man's land as it took a huge hop. And it was headed in, and Sandwich takes the lead 1-0. As you see it right here. High floating ball. And it's knocked in. And over the outstretched hands of Myers. And so Sandwich strikes first. And they lead Nantucket 1-0. As the scoreboard clock says 24:30 remaining here in the first half. It was Iris Gaffney, number 5, getting the goal for Sandwich. So the Knights lead it 1-0 as we are 15 minutes and 48 seconds into this first half. Nantucket will have to play from behind as they send it out of bounds. And so to throw it in along the near side is Addison Viola, right in front of our broadcast location. Off the chest there of Morrison. Knocked down by Schroeder. Trying to zigzag her way through is Meyer. That's Lebrecht with it. Up ahead to Gross. Gross being hampered, but sends it ahead. And offsides, they'll call that as Lebrecht. Sutton Lebrecht was a bit too far behind the defense. And so an offsides call against the Whalers, and we will go the other way. Substitution now as Molly Bedell will check in just a moment for the Whalers. So Sandwich with the free kick. They send it up ahead here along the near side. And it goes out of bounds. Oh, and they'll give the ball to Sandwich on the throw-in. That looked like it almost hit off of Lillian Johnson. But Sandwich gets the throw-in, and now controlling it now for Sandwich. That is Viola. And a substitution for the Whalers. As Molly Bedell, number 14, checks in pink for Nantucket. And Grace Schroeder will head to the bench. Bedell checks right in, and we'll have the first throw in. Knocked down by Barr, and another throw in for Bedell, almost the exact same spot. Gets past everybody, and a whistle, and they'll call a handball against Sandwich. So a free kick upcoming for the Whalers with the wind at their back. This is a great opportunity. They take a few extra seconds. They're going to allow Sandwich to go back on defense, though, but official tells them to move back just a bit. Gabby Nikolova will send it in. Low line drive kick, bounces back out, sent high in the air, and right there is Cray Hansel to gobble it up. No pink jerseys near her, though, unlike the goal scored by Sandwich a few moments ago. There's a long, lofty ball. Along the near side, Barr moving it up. Pass goes ahead. This time Meyer has it. Goes across. And it's intercepted by Nantucket. We go the other way. This is Woodbury. Had it for a moment. Woodbury still with it. Pushes it ahead. And coming out of the net is Cray Hansel. Now a whistle by the official. And Sandwich will have the free kick. That was dangerous. Lebrecht was right there, and Cray Hansel had the angle and a bit more speed to grab it, or to boot it away, rather. Just over 19 minutes into the first half, a 1-0 lead for Sandwich. Whalers playing defense now. And it's booted to the far side of the field. Whalers with an opportunity as they send it ahead. But white jersey's there to clean it up and send it to the far sideline. Still the Whalers with it, trying to get something done. Along the far side, there's room in the middle of the field as Lebrecht sprung free. And it's taken away by the Knights, and we will go the other way. Sandwich with the through ball right up the middle. Whalers there on defense momentarily, but it's taken away, and Sandwich has some numbers if they go the other way. 3-on-2. Shot goes in, knocked down there by Stedman, and it goes out over the sideline. And so Sandwich able to throw it in. Sent into the box. A bunch of pink jerseys right there to knock it back out. And Nantucket trying with the counterattack right now. As the big boot will send it towards midfield. And the Whalers control. See if they can set something up right now. Get it over to the near side. That's Nikolova. And the pass, someone offside for Nantucket. So a free kick the other way. Again, a 1-0 lead for Sandwich, just over 21 minutes into this first half. 40-minute halves they play here in the MIAA. So we're just about halfway through. Sandwich with a 1-0 lead. Now on the move, and a whistle from the far sideline, and offsides against Sandwich. So it will go the other way. Substitutions waiting to check in for Sandwich. It's Emma Grady, number 1. And for Nantucket, number 9, Maya Johnson, set to check back in at the next whistle. Oh, a nice move to get around the defender. Here's Morrison moving in. Morrison sends it past Myers into the back of the net, and a 2-0 lead for Sandwich. Oh, Morrison got tied up with the defender for Nantucket, but got past her, and there was no one between her and the goalkeeper Myers. You see it right here. Spinning move and just easy between the wickets in the back of the net. And so now the Blue Knights with a 2-0 lead over Nantucket, as we are just over 22 minutes into the first half. Tough break right there for the Whalers. Again, the Whalers with the wind at their backs here for the first half. Not a cloud in the sky, sun is shining, and temperatures in the lower 60s right now. Whalers have had a couple of opportunities, just not much penetration into the sandwich zone. And when they've had opportunities, they've had a couple of whistles blown against them for offsides. Battle of sevens right there between Lauren Meyer and Harper Lebrecht for Nantucket. This one goes to the far sideline, being chased down there by Stedman. Can't get it though, but it was last touched by Sandwich, so Nantucket will have the throw in along the far sideline. Knocked around right at midfield. Sandwich collects. Barr had it. Now they send it to the near side and a bit too far that time for Lillian Johnson. Abigail Bonita waits to check in for Sandwich. Played back to Cray Hansel.
Quicker, Emma! You knew the ball was going there!
And now to the near side. Sandwich has it. Up ahead, they tried to get it once again and spring Paige Morrison loose. She scored the goal for Sandwich just a few moments ago. And she's wide open right now if they can get it to her along the near sideline. Instead, it's played off of the foot of Johnson. Now it gets the foot of Morrison. And sent in, and the Whalers will send it ahead into the sandwich zone. Chase down and look out. Wow, Lebrecht just plowed over the sandwich player as the official will stop the clock for an injury. And we'll try to get the number of the player that's down for Sandwich, but Sutton Lebrecht, number 11 for the Whalers, just bowled over her, trying to go for the free ball that was cleared up ahead. And so the referee has stopped the clock. It's a 2-0 lead for Sandwich. And the injured player on the ground is Addison Viola, number 3 for Sandwich, who took the hit from Lebrecht. No card was issued, so Nantucket fortunate for that. But Sandwich will have a free kick when we resume. And actually, it's not number 3. Number 3 was giving her support. Instead, it is number 3. Number 16 for Sandwich was kneeling down next to her. That's Addison Curley. But here is Viola being checked out by our medical staff for Nantucket, doing a great job. But a free kick coming up for Sandwich right here. Again, no card issued. But Sandwich will get the free kick as the clock starts once again. 2-0 lead for Sandwich here in the first half. Nantucket trying to fight back. 50-50 ball. It's controlled that time by Sandwich. Along the far side, played up ahead. And it goes out of bounds, so the Whalers will have a throw-in on the other side. I want to remind you, it's homecoming weekend, starting with the ceremonies on Friday night with the pig roast and also the bonfire. It'll get underway sometime between 6 and 7 o'clock. Tickets available if you want to enjoy some good food and some good drinks. The bonfire is free to attend right in back of the high school on the campus of Nantucket High School near Vito Capizzo Stadium. And then the big game coming up for Nantucket, 2:30 for the pregame show, 3:15 for the kickoff. We'll have all the coverage live here on the NSC and NCTV with Chris Morris back in the captain's chair for that game on Saturday. And then the Island Cup, Nantucket will travel to Martha's Vineyard the following Saturday, November 1st. Our coverage will begin at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here on NCTV and the NSC, and it's almost guaranteed, don't want to jinx it, but it's almost guaranteed that Nantucket will have a playoff game for football, and we hope to bring that to you live here as well on the NSC and NCTV. 2-0 lead for Sandwich. They have a corner kick, their first one from this side, from the near side. It's lofted into the box and headed out. Nantucket, can they clear it out of the box? They do. And hopefully starting a breakaway right here. They've got some numbers, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Played up ahead to Lebrecht. Moved up to Sutton Lebrecht. Harper Lebrecht found Sutton Lebrecht, but she couldn't control it. And so Sandwich has it, but a free kick here is guilty of a push is Owen Rising. And so the Whalers now will have a free kick in their own end. 2-0 lead for Sandwich. 26.5 minutes played in this first half. Here the Whalers with it. Shot it on net. It bounces in. And Gray Hansel ducks down to pick that one up. And looks to outlet to the near side. And fires the pass. Goes off the boot of Barr towards the near sideline, but Sandwich able to control. And they move it up ahead, but it's kicked out of bounds. And so Nantucket will have a throw in along the near sideline. And some substitutions here for Nantucket as Woodbury goes back in. And it looks like Sutton Lebrecht comes out for a moment. Ball played around. It's still loose in the box. Giving chase for Nantucket is Gross. But Gray Hansel comes out and makes the save. Puts the boot into it. Played ahead. Will it have enough steam to make it over the end line? It does. So the Whalers will have a throw in along the near side. Down to just about 12 minutes remaining here in the first half. Sandwich up 2-0. Johnson had to go off her foot. So the throw in for Sandwich. Right in front of our cameras. Santiago Oviedo, our camera operator today, and Charles Douglas spinning the dials to keep us on the air. I'm DC Collins in for Chris Morris. We are live at the Novadeer Farm Road soccer fields here on Nantucket, where Sandwich has a 2-0 lead over the Whalers Girls Soccer team here on the NSC and NCTV. Deflected off of a Whalers player. And the ball goes out of bounds. The Whalers will have a throw-in along the far side. Some substitutions again. And that is Perry Devine, who has checked in for the Whalers as the wind picks up. Still blowing from left to right. Whalers have it at their backs here in the first half. There's a shot in, and that sails over the crossbar. Good look there for Johnson. She had a little extra time as she got past the defender, but the wind might have taken that one and put it over the crossbar, and it goes out, so a 6 kick coming out this time for Sandwich. As we have 29.5 minutes elapsed here in the first half, and still a 2-0 lead for the Knights, a team that Nantucket has yet to defeat in their history. Loose ball right near the box, and that one goes wide as Devine sends it to the left of the post, and another 6 kick coming out right now for Sandwich. They're going to say offsides. So it's a free kick coming out for Sandwich. Knights moving ahead along the far side. It's an extra attacker streaking down. That's Johnson. Can they get it to her? No. And so it's played back into the Sandwich end. They try that far sideline once again. And it goes out. And so a corner kick upcoming this time for Sandwich. Benenda to take it for the Knights. Sends it into the box, headed just over the crossbar. And so a 6 kick coming out for Nantucket. Show the replay on that. Good angle right there. Just sent over, high over the crossbar. So Nantucket will have the 6 kick coming out. To the near side, knocked down by Sandwich. Controlled there by Tedeschi. Sent to the far side. And sent out of bounds, so a 6 kick coming out for Nantucket once again. As I mentioned a few moments ago, and it still remains the same, Sandwich just half a step faster, it seems, than Nantucket is. As Claire Lamontagne, number 18, and Hannah Sorrelt will check in for Sandwich. And coming out for Sandwich, number 13, Cora Tedeschi, and number 8, Laura Frazel. And we get a whistle and foul called against Sandwich. So Nantucket with a free kick here. Again, the wind at their backs, blowing at 15, gusting to about 20 miles per hour here. Nantucket will have the wind at their back for the remainder of the first half. They do trail 2-0 though to Sandwich. This one is sent ahead. Race for it though, and on her horse to get it first. Oh, what's some speed right there by Rising. Rising still playing with it. Leaves it back there this time for Johnson. Johnson sends it across the box, and it will drift out of bounds, so a 6 kick coming out. But my goodness, the afterburners turned on for Rising as she sped past the Whalers defense and had a pretty good opportunity right there, just held up just a bit. So Myers to kick it out for Nantucket. Scoreboard clock here at the Noverdeer Farm Soccer Field says 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Of course, we probably have some stoppage time for the injury. But the clocks should be just about synced up. And Nantucket with just a few more minutes here to try to get on the board with the wind at their back. Whalers have it. Can they get something going? Nope. Giveaway once again. Pop through though, and it drifts out of bounds along the far side. And this will be a Sandwich throw-in. Beautiful conditions again for today's game on the artificial surface here. Sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures in the lower 60s, bit of a breeze. Had some rain earlier this morning, but none scheduled for this afternoon. And now here's the move. Look out, coming down. Nantucket has it, trying to make a move there. She does. That's Johnson with the left foot. Sends it in. But Cray Hansel right there to swallow it up and outlet to the far side. It's the first time Cray Hansel, the goalkeeper for Sandwich, has been tested in quite a while here in the first half. Spinning with it once again.
Everybody pick someone up. Harper, watch the gap in front of you. Come on.
And now Cray Hansel again will try to outlet. That's Johnson with it, number 9. Tries to play it back into the field of play. A little give and go opportunity there. Johnson can't handle it though. Johnson with an opportunity again to get it back. Playing ping pong right there. That's with Lillian Johnson. Goes to the center, and Sandwich boots it back out onto the Nantucket side of things. Loose ball in the middle of the field, now on the far side. Turning and giving that a boot upfield is Sorrelt. Knocked down by Grady. And it goes out of bounds on the throw-in for Sandwich, right at midfield along the far side. Nantucket with an opportunity here. They send it in. And this one again. Cray Hansel, right place, right time. The goalkeeper comes out and picks it up for Sandwich. Outlet to the far side of the field. Played back up the middle. Dangerous play right there, but it's handled by Barr. Barr gets knocked down there by Lebrecht. Nantucket with an opportunity here. Sent in, and in the back of the net for a goal! Oh, what a long shot right there, but the Whalers are on the board, and now they trail 2-1. Again, that wind might have taken it, and Cray Hansel might not have done the best job of judging it, but it goes in the back of the net, and the Whalers are on the board. That shot taken from about 30 yards out. And wow, what a goal. You can hear teammates saying 2 minutes to go. But what a fantastic goal for Nantucket. And now they trail 2-1 to Sandwich. And that was huge by Gross to put it in the back of the net. So Nantucket with the momentum now as we're in the final few moments of this first half, looking for another one. On her horse, trying to chase this down is Johnson. Can she get to the sideline in time? No. Otherwise, she was wide open. But the sideline a bit more energetic here for the Whalers.
Hey, don't leave any gap. Any space.
Nantucket pressing a little bit here on offense, trying to pinch in. Johnson fighting for it. And now Sandwich on the move. They get it to the midfield stripe. Touch and go pass. Here's Meyer with it. Meyer being hampered there by Nikolova. Sent to the far side of the field for Sandwich. Chased down and now sent towards the box. Knocked down by the Whalers. Great defense right there. And the Whalers trying for a counterattack here. In the waning moments of the first half, they trail 2-1. Along that far side of the field. Can they get it ahead? They do. Looking for Johnson. It's knocked down, though, by Sandwich. And the Knights will have it coming the other way. Little give-and-go pass. And now along the near side is Barr. Knocked down that time by Johnson. Johnson sends it across. No one there except for a pink jersey. And it is knocked down, but not out. Sent into the box. Whalers in a dangerous position right here. Sent back to the middle of the box. And a whistle on offsides is called against Sandwich, so we'll have it coming out the other way. Just about 90 seconds or so to go here in the first half. A 2-1 lead for Sandwich. Knights led it 2-0, and then a goal just a few moments ago by Nantucket. Cut the deficit at half. It's a 2-1 lead for Sandwich. Again, the wind at the Whalers' backs for the rest of this half. And another whistle, and let's see who they call this on. It's a foul against Nantucket, so here's Sandwich. Dangerous opportunity right here from about 30 yards out. And it will be Lauren Meyer to kick it away on the free kick. Sends it in, headed down, goes just wide of the post. In fact, it might have ticked the post. And so a 6 kick coming out. Just about 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Whalers trailing 2-1. Johnson plays up ahead towards the middle of the field. Intercepted by Sandwich. Sent back down that time by Morrison. Turning with it is Meyer. Meyer still has it, trying to get away from the defense. Meyer splits the double team, tries for a shot. That's knocked down. Still has it, surrounded by 3 pink jerseys. In the box, shot, and the back of the net for a goal. Oh, scored by Rising, but give credit right there to Lauren Meyer, who was just had Whalers defenders dangling all over her. They couldn't clear it out, though. Got it over, Rising right there, and possibly a backbreaker right there as Sandwich puts it in the back of the net for a 3-1 lead over the Whalers with just seconds remaining here in the first half. Tough break for Nantucket on that one. So the Whalers with just a few seconds here, maybe to get one back before we reach halftime at the Novadear Farm Road Soccer Fields. Battling for it is Gross. Sends it across. They get it to Johnson. Here's Maya Johnson trying to spin with it. Johnson with the opportunity. Can't split the defense, though. And here comes Sandwich the other way. Great job of stepping in front of her by Willow Richards for Sandwich. Knights go to the far side of the field. Now back up in the middle. Again, we're in stoppage time here at the first half. We did have an injury about midway through. So the officials set to blow the whistle to take us to halftime any moment right now, but Nantucket will use any precious seconds that they have to try to get back in this one. They trail 3-1. Sent wide for Johnson, and that'll be a bit too far as it rolls over the sideline, and Sandwich will have a throw-in deep in their own territory. Benenda to throw it in for Sandwich. Again, you can see the flag blowing in her face. Sandwich will have the wind at their backs for most of the second half, as it's sent ahead by the Knights. And a high kick right there. And the official will blow the whistle, and that will be a foul against Nantucket.
We've already got his feet! Hustle back!
So again, we're in stoppage time here in the first half. A 3-1 lead for Sandwich. This one goes to the corner and kept in there, sent into the box. And the Whalers have to clear it out, and they do. Battle for it right at the corner of the box. Taken away, nice play by Lebrecht. Lebrecht trying to zigzag her way through, but it's intercepted by Sandwich. Benenda sends it across the field. Again, we are still in stoppage time here in the first half. A 3-1 lead for Sandwich. And that'll do it. We have reached halftime here at the Nobodier Farm Road soccer fields. Tough break for Nantucket as they give up a goal in the final 2 minutes of the first half. But the Whalers do get on the board, though. And it's a 3-1 lead for Sandwich over the Whalers as we have reached halftime here on this Wednesday afternoon. One reminder before we go to break, we will have live coverage of the football game for the Nantucket Whalers. Homecoming ceremonies actually start Friday night with the pig roast and the bonfire between 6 and 7. There's tickets on sale. The bonfire is free. If you want some food, you can buy tickets. And then the game is at 3:15 for the kickoff on Saturday afternoon. Nantucket's homecoming game will have live coverage for you here on the NSC and NCTV. Halftime here at the Nobodier Farm Road soccer fields. And it's Sandwich with a 3-1 lead over your Nantucket Whalers Girls Soccer team. We'll take an extended timeout, be back with the second half and more right after these words here on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit HighlineCruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
Good afternoon, Whalers, and welcome to Whaler Word. Today is Friday, October 17th, and you're here with Colby Lucas
and Gavin Smith.
Homecoming week is next week.
The Homecoming Prep Rally, Bonfire, and Pig Roast will be happening on Friday, October 24th at the NHS football field. The Prep Rally will begin at 6 p.m. and the Pig Roast will be at 7 p.m., 6-7. Tickets can be purchased at the door on the day of the event. If you do get a Pig Roast meal ticket, which is $20, you will get pig, 2 sides, dessert, and a drink. You also can get yourself a Homecoming t-shirt, which is also $20. The Booster Shack will be open earlier at 5:30 for burgers, hot dogs, and more. Come show your Whaler pride.
Homecoming is just around the corner, and you need to gear up for the homecoming festivities. Each day of next week will have a theme for students to follow. Monday will be flannel or fancy, Tuesday will be twin day, Wednesday will be pajama day, Thursday will be color wars, and finally Friday will be Whaler pride. Next week is also a huge week for Whaler sports as well, and we wish our student athletes the best of luck.
Nantucket Skating Club is hosting a trunk or treat event on October 19th from 4 to 6. Food will be available from Foggy Puck Cafe. Swing by for some early Halloween festivities, or if you want to participate, check out nantucketice.org. If you're interested in TV, sports, commentary, or streaming, NCTV is looking for multilingual students to provide Spanish language commentary for NHS Girls Soccer games. Gain experience, use your language skills, and be a part of action. See Ms. Maylou for more information or to sign up.
Registration is open for the 24th annual Cold Turkey Plunge that is being held on November 27th at Children's Beach. Check out nantucketathenaeum.org for more information and registration.
Seniors, seriously, get those Google Forms in for yearbook. For the first 20 seniors, I will actually get you a gift personally. You have until November 21st to get it in, or else you won't get what you want. Island Cup sweatshirts are now for sale. Check out the Google form that was linked in the advisory announcements, or see one of the junior class officers.
Along the far side, advancing in, stays with it. Here's a crossing pass, tackle made. Myers dives on it. Great play. He makes an advance on the defender. Rose still keeps it, looking across. Does so. Lebrecht there with the header. Shot, score! Stick to it and miss by the Whalers. Here's Lebrecht inside. Shot. Oh, just off the mark, kept in play. Shot. Scores! Woodbury stays with it and able to ward a couple of defenders off. Nantucket. Shot. Save made by Myers.
Welcome back to the Nobody or Farm Road soccer fields here on Nantucket. I'm DC Collins in for Chris Morris. Today, the voice of Whaler Sports. Soccer matchup sandwich with a 3 sandwich that Nantucket got on the board. But sandwich scored. Took the air out of the balloon. Jerseys trimmed in blue with blue numerals and letters going left to right for this second half. They'll have the wind at their back. Jerseys to honor Breast Cancer Awareness Month for the month of October. They're right to left. Temperature right around 60 degrees. Power out of the southwest, so blowing from the bottom left to the top right of your screen, gusting at about 25 miles per hour. And it did play a part in at least 2 goals in the first half, the one by Nantucket. So let's see if Nantucket has it in them to make the comeback. A reminder, we will be live at Vino Capizzo Stadium this Saturday afternoon, 2:30 for the pregame show, approximately 3:15 for the kickoff, as Nantucket will host Sandwich for homecoming. Chris Morris and I will have the call for you here on the NSC and NCTV. And again, thanks for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. If you're watching us on the YouTube channel for NSC TV worldwide or locally here on Nantucket, Xfinity Comcast channel 1072, your home for Nantucket Whalers Sports. So the second half starts with Sandwich up 3-1. Nantucket with the throw in here on the near side. As they try to get it up to Gross. Moved along and headed nicely. Can Nantucket control it right at midfield? VAR official blows the whistle and a foul against Sandwich, so Nantucket with a free kick. Jeff Smith and Mike Glennon, your officials today. Charles Douglas on the controls here on the NSC and NCTV, and our camera operator Santiago Oviedo with the pictures for this afternoon. And so Nantucket controls. And the Whalers. And it's a loose ball. They can't get it. Opportunity here. As Gross with it, tries to center it. And it's knocked back towards midfield. I just want to give a shout out to Erin Sullivan, one of the Wicked Women at Wicked Island Bakery. Thank you, Ben and Heather, for sponsoring the NSC on NCTV. It's her third year of battling breast cancer at 25. And by the way, I heard Heather mention if you wear pink, there's still some time. If you come out to today's matchup wearing pink, they will donate this. So, please, there's still some time. Whalers need your support. They're down 3-1. Still plenty of time here in the second half. I believe the Big Giant House has moved off of Nova Deer Farm Road, so it'll be a lot easier to get here than it was for Charles and I this afternoon. But if you wear pink, if you show up at today's game, let Heather know about it, and they'll make a donation from Wicked Island Bakery towards breast cancer research, which very, very important, not only in our community, but worldwide. And maybe Heather will sneak in a morning bun for you if you make a donation too, which I'm still waiting for one. So thank you, Heather and Ben, for all your support, not just for this girls soccer team, but for Whalers athletics and the sports broadcast that we do on the NSC and NCTV. And I'll tell you a quick story. My parents were here in September. It was their first time having a morning bun, and you thought my dad found heaven on earth when he had one of those with his morning coffee. So they are delicious, but save some for me. 3-1 our score. Sandwich on top. They've got the breakaway. They're in white, headed left to right. And good defense right there by Nantucket as Allison Escobar, the senior, comes over, knocks it over the end line. So a corner kick this time for Sandwich. They've got the wind at their backs. They lead 3-0. We are about 3.5 minutes in to this second half. And this will be Claire LaMontagne to take the corner kick. Everybody for Nantucket except for one player is in the box. Woodbury stays out high, centered in, and headed into the back of the net. And Sandwich takes a 4-1 lead. Oh, a beautiful corner kick right there. Nantucket couldn't box her out. It's put into the back of the net. And so Sandwich now with a 4-1 lead over Nantucket. And let's see who they'll give credit to that one. It looks like number 18, that is Claire LaMontagne, with the header in the back of the net. So the Knights trying to run away with this one right now. 4-1, they have the lead with the wind at their back. So the Whalers need a goal, and they need it quick. Off to the far side. Whalers trying to move it ahead. That's Woodbury with the tap. Nice give and go, but it goes out of bounds. She was looking for Johnson. Thought it was deflected by Sandwich. So Sandwich with the throw in along the far side of the field. They'll try to reverse it to the near side. No, they won't. They'll play it right up the middle. And now go back over to the far side. LaMontagne with it for a moment. Nice job of stepping in front is Harper Lebrecht. Whalers trying to counter, pass up ahead. That's Gross with it. Although Sandwich takes it away, and now it's onto the foot of Anderson. Moving up ahead. LaMontagne has it go out of bounds. And a throw in here for the Whalers. And they'll say no, throw in for Sandwich instead. Does the honors, gets it up ahead along the near side. Here's Morrison, still has it. And offside's the call against Sandwich. So a free kick coming out for the Whalers. Whalers trailing now 4-1, just about 6 minutes into this second half, plus some stoppage or injury time. The Whalers with a big hill to climb here in the second half, and again the wind in their faces here for this second half. Not as breezy as it was in the first half, but still a little bit of a challenge. Knocked around right at midfield. Whalers have it. They step through. Pushed up ahead to Gross. Gross can't find anyone, and now they'll send it all the way back to Cransell. Woodbury giving chase on that one. Taken away. Woodbury can help out Gross, and Gross, though, has it knocked off her foot out of bounds. Good throw-in opportunity for Zell with some good defense for Sandwich. And a throw-in opportunity for Nantucket. Here's Molly Bedell to do the honors along the near side. Knocked down by Sandwich. Pushed up ahead. Nice give and go. But it goes out of bounds. Trying to race towards the sidelines, but the ball drifts over the sideline and out of bounds. And Whalers with the throw-in. Over the head of Gross. Nice footwork there by LaMontagne. Sends it up ahead. Headed out of bounds, though, that time by Morrison. And the Whalers with the throw-in right in front of our broadcast position here at the Nobody Farm Road soccer fields. Along with Santiago Oviedo and Charles Douglas, I'm DC Collins filling in for Chris Morris this afternoon. And look out, going down on that play is Lauren Frazel. Looks like she landed awkwardly trying to come down. Officials will stop the clock. And looks like a knee injury to number 8, the senior, as she just landed awkwardly after jumping down. So a 4 over Nantucket. Clock is stopped right now. 7 minutes and 48 seconds into the second half. Medical staff in Nantucket to get over there, see what's going on. We will take a timeout as well. Be back to the Nobody Farm Road soccer fields. A 4-1 lead for Sandwich over Nantucket. 7:48 into the second half. We'll take a break and be back after this on the NSC at NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit HighlineCruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Lauren Frazel for Sandwich was just helped off the field after a lower leg injury on the right-hand side. Good job of our medical staff and Sandwich's medical staff taking care of Sandwich. as we are back underway about 8 minutes into the second half here, and Sandwich with a 4-1 lead over Nantucket. As it's sent over the end line, and Nantucket will have a 6 kick coming out. Hey, for generations, Nantucket women have carried the island forward, from the shopkeepers at Petticoat Row to the artists and advocates who continue their legacy today. The Moonlight Series, presented by NCTV's New Moon Fest, honors that spirit through gatherings that celebrate cinema, conversation, and community. Be in the community with the New Moon Fest, October 25th and 26th. Tickets available, newmoonfest.org. That's newmoonfest.org. That's actually a corner kick by Sandwich that goes off the side of the net, so Nantucket with a 6 kick coming out. A shout out to Annie Valero, helping out on the medical staff for Nantucket right now, taking care of the injured player Lauren Frazel for Sandwich, as the Whalers try to get it out of their own end. And they boot it up ahead. And now Nantucket, whistle will stop play. I don't know what this was all about. Nantucket had a mini breakaway going, but tough break for Nantucket. So Sandwich has it right now from about 40 yards out. Wind at their back, too. Sent in the box and sent wide. They tried to get it to Quinn Anderson, but it goes over the end line and out. And so here comes Nantucket with a 6 kick. They trail 4-1. We're about 10 minutes into the second half. And the Whalers need to score and score quickly, as that kick goes off the side, hit off the side of Stedman. Sandwich with the shot, and that goes right in to Myers, who makes the save. Outlets to the far side of the field. Now pushed ahead. Nice move there by Lebrecht. Lebrecht has some steam. Lebrecht has some help. And let's see who can get there first. It is Nantucket, and that is Gross trying to catch up with it. Tries to turn the corner. Sends it into the box, across the goal mouth, and it's still loose. And finally, Cray Hansel comes out to pick it up, the goalkeeper for Sandwich. Another opportunity there for the Whalers, and they just couldn't find anybody in front of the net. Poked ahead, Schroeder has it, tries to head it down, far side of the field. Again, Nantucket here in the second half. They were trailing 2-1 at one point, but Sandwich has scored the last 2 goals. So Nantucket with a big mountain to climb right now. Substitution now is Gross will come out, and back in is Lebrecht. Also coming in is Nikolova for Nantucket, as Bedell will step to the sidelines. Ball played along the far sideline. And this will be a throw-in for Schroeder for Nantucket. Sandwich does a nice job defending it, getting in front, kicked out of bounds. Another throw-in for Nantucket. Knocked around. Sandwich able to clear, goes out of bounds again. Another throw-in this time for the Whalers. Schroeder again with the opportunity. And now they'll say a throw-in for Sandwich. So I guess it bounced off a Nantucket player, and here comes some substitutions for the Knights. Again, a beautiful day here on Nantucket. Temperature right around 60 degrees, not a cloud in the sky here on the artificial turf fields. Wind was a factor, though, and it still is. It's blowing now, it seems, from left to right, sort of from the top left to the bottom right of your screen here. So Sandwich will have it for the rest of the afternoon, blowing at their backs. Nantucket in the Sandwich zone. They send it across. A little too far for Lebrecht, and she falls down and can't catch it and is a little slow to get up. Now she pops back up. A little dangerous right there because that was the same place where Lauren Frazel of Sandwich injured herself, and she's still on the sidelines now. Sorrell for the throw-in along the near side. Sent ahead, and look out off to the races. Here we go. Here's Rising with it, who already has one goal, and that's booted out by the Whalers. So another throw-in for Sandwich. Whalers have never defeated Sandwich in girls soccer. They trail 4-1 right now, as we are just about 14 minutes into this second half. We play 40 minutes each half with some injury time and some stoppage time added on. Here's a throw in this time for Sorrelt. Right along the sidelines. Who has it? Taken away by Nantucket, out of bounds, and Nantucket will get the throw in. Over everybody's head right there. And a little bit of a push there by Sutton Lebrecht. And so a throw in, actually a free kick this time for Sandwich. It'll be taken by Addison Curley, the junior. Gross set to check back in for Nantucket. This is Curley with the big boot into the box. Takes a bounce, takes another bounce, and look out, it's still loose, and put it to the back of the net. Another goal for Sandwich. Oh, Myers might have lost track of that one. Again, the wind took it. Had it sailing into the box. Took a bounce in front of Myers, but Sandwich puts it in the back of the net. And now a 5-1 lead for Sandwich. And head coach Doug Lebrecht for Nantucket will take a timeout. So the clock will stop here as the Knights trying to run away with this one. Off of the free kick. It bounced around a few times inside the box. And it goes over the goal line into the back of the net. Now the Whalers trailing 5-1 here against Sandwich. We'll take a timeout as well and be back to the Nova Deer Farm Road soccer fields after this on the NSC and NCTV.
He's got it! He's got it! Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
Here's your NSC Whalers play of the game.
Down 1-0 against the St. John Paul Lions. Let's see if they can come back here in the second half. Whaler there to stop that kick. Sutton Lebrecht, the senior forward, gets it over to Chelsea Gross, the co-captain. Oh, look at that shot. We got a tie ball game, folks. We got a tie ball game out here at Nova Deer Farms Field from point blank range. Number 9, Maya Johnson. She missed her last shot just over the top bar, but not that time. Let's take a look at the replay from that one. Boom. Point blank range for Maya Johnson.
This NSC play of the game brought to you by Highline Cruises.
And for Chris Morris this afternoon, along with Santiago Oviedo and Charles Douglas spinning the dials and keeping us on the air here on the NSC and NCTV. Well, a hill was turned into a mountain for the Whalers as they trail 5-1 here in the second half, just about 15 and a half minutes in. Whalers at one point trailed 2-1, but the last 3 goals have been scored by Sandwich, and the Knights looking to run away with this. And Nantucket going to need a bit of a miracle here to make up ground, and this one trailing 5-1. I want to let you know that Sandwich will play Nantucket in football. It is homecoming this weekend. The homecoming festivities here on Nantucket start between 6 and 7 o'clock, right in back of the high school. At Vito Capizzo Stadium, we'll have a bonfire and a pig roast as well. You can buy tickets if you want food. The bonfire is free to attend, though, so bring out your families on Friday night. Should be a great late fall evening. And the bonfire will start right around 7 o'clock. And then the big game, Nantucket hoping to remain undefeated as the football team takes on Sandwich. 3:15 for the kickoff. Chris Morris will be in the captain's chair, and he and I will have the call on that one. 3:15 Saturday afternoon here on the NSC and NCTV and Xfinity Comcast Channel 1072. And then the Island Cup will be the following Saturday, November 1st, 1 o'clock for our coverage here on the NSC and NCTV as Nantucket looks to remain undefeated and get a home playoff game for the first time in quite a while. And we'll have it for you here on the NSC and NCTV. 5-1 our score here, Sandwich on top. Nantucket wearing the pink jerseys this afternoon in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month for the month of October, and the Whalers trailing 5-1 here in the second half. Popped around, a couple of head balls. That is Lebrecht with it. Over the midfield stripe. Lebrecht still making moves with it. Pushes it over to Gross. Knocked away, though, by Sandwich and sent right back into the Nantucket zone. Far side of the field. Taken away. Good defense by the Whalers right there. Stepping in front of that pass was Nikolova. And it's sent to the sidelines and a throw-in for Sandwich. This is Serrault. And a substitution for Nantucket as Molly Bedell will come back into the match. Nikolova goes to the far side, or goes to the sideline rather. And for Sandwich back in is Abigail Beninda. And coming out for Sandwich is Addison Viola. Lauren Frizzell, the senior, one of the leaders for Sandwich, was injured early in the second half and is ruled out for the rest of this game. She's got the cleats off and an ice pack on her lower leg. So hopefully it's not too serious, but just landed awkwardly jumping up and then coming down landing awkwardly earlier in the second half. Sandwich plays it to the far side of the field. Whalers still showing an effort here. It's knocked across, played wide by Woodbury. Sends it ahead, but just offside. So they're going to say that Gross was behind the defense. So a free kick coming out this time for Sandwich. You can see the shadows creeping in across the field from the movie screen in the building here at the Novadeer Farm Road Soccer Field. So I'd say the left back quarter of the Sandwich end is in the shadows right now, including most of the goal mouth. Whalers control, moving right to left across your screen in pink today. They send it out wide. And Maya with a shot, Maya Johnson. And that one is knocked aside. Good save there by the goalkeeper, Krahansel. Another opportunity there, and that was sent towards the box. And Sandwich able to outlet and come back the other way. Here come the Whalers along the near side, right in front of us. That's Fiona Keltz. Passes in the middle, and it's knocked aside. Too far, the pass goes for Johnson, so a throw-in this time for Bedell. Sutton Lebrecht comes back in, and headed out is Dylan Damian. Pass goes to Gross, and Krahansel comes out into the box to pick it up. Just over 20 minutes gone by here in the second half, about halfway through the second half, a 5-1 lead for Sandwich. Sandwich almost guaranteed to make the postseason right now. Nantucket, this one is going to hurt their playoff chances just a bit. If they do manage to make it, they're Opening round game will be on the road. As the Whalers have it, here's a shot in, and Crahansel makes the save. Puts up the big paws to knock it down and collects it. You see the replay right there. Nice shot on net, but Crahansel cutting down the angle and making the save. Nantucket, though, doing a good job in the last few moments of keeping the ball on the offensive side of the field. And that one goes out. And so another throw in this time for Sandwich. Booted up ahead. Woodbury chasing it around, can't catch up to it. Sandwich just kicking right back out towards midfield. And Nantucket there trying to make something happen. As getting bowled over is Lebrecht. And they're going to say Lebrecht with the push. And so Sandwich with the free kick. And Sutton Lebrecht not too happy. Third foul called on her this afternoon. And so Sandwich with the free kick coming out. Far side of the field now. First time the ball's been in Nantucket's defensive territory in a few moments. And some substitutions here. As Woodbury heads to the sideline, and also for Sandwich, Tedeschi comes into the sideline. Whalers send it towards the center of the field. Booted up in the air. Still loose in midfield. Taken down, though, by Johnson. Johnson has it. Moves it over this time to Rising. Rising with the shot. Myers with the save. And she will just toss it out to the near side. Gets it to Stedman. Stedman had it knocked out of bounds. And last touch by Stedman, though, so a throw-in this time for Sandwich along the near sideline. Here's Saralt. Moved along by Johnson. Johnson sends it towards the net. Knocked down, knocked around, and cleared out by Nantucket. Can they get it out of the box? Yes, they do, as they send it all the way up ahead to Gross. Gross still has it, trying to make some moves. Gross 1-on-3 right now. But a good move by the Whaler forward. Gross still with it. Gets knocked off the ball, and great defense by Sandwich to stop it. Here's the counterattack for the Knights the other way. Pushed up ahead. Goes off the foot of Johnson. Johnson sends it back right to the big W in the middle of the field. But now along the near side, Nantucket still has it. Whalers try to control. Send it ahead. Nobody there, though. And that time sending it far ahead is Saralt. Pushed ahead. Another opportunity for Rising here. Rising trying to get by Escobar. Good job by Escobar for the Whalers to ride her off the ball. Escobar makes the turn. Taken away, though, this time by Johnson for Sandwich. Fires it in, and Myers right there to collect. 5-1 lead for Sandwich, as we're just about 25 minutes into this second half. Play a total of 40 minutes per half. And add on some stoppage and injury time, which I'm sure we will. But Nantucket trailing by 4 goals. 5-1 here in the second half. Ball played along the far side. And again, the shadows on the defensive end for Sandwich's side are creeping in almost all the way across the field now. A few more minutes, the sun will be behind the movie screen here for the drive-in, Dreamland Drive-in, which they show the movies here in the summertime. So we should be in complete shadows, I'd say, in about 10 minutes or so. which will definitely help us with the sun glare today and our cameras. Thanks to Santiago Oviedo and Charles Douglas here with NCTV. I'm DC Collins filling in for Chris Morris this afternoon. Chris will be back with us on Saturday for the homecoming football game against Sandwich. 3:15 for the kickoff if you can't make it out to Vito Capizzo Stadium. Even the night before for the homecoming festivities. Saturday is the game, 3:15. We'll have it on the air for you live here on the NSC and NCTV, and also Xfinity Comcast Channel 1072. I want to thank everybody for putting the game on today, though. At the Chicken Box, also Sea Grill, and over at Fairgrounds. Had some delicious wings just yesterday at Fairgrounds. So thank you, Bill and Kim, for that. As we go to the far side of the field. And that's sent in by Gross, collected there by Cray Hansel. Sandwich sends it to the near side, goes out of bounds, so a throw in for the Whalers. Here's Bedell to do the honors. Kicked out of bounds. And so Nantucket with the throw in, trailing 5-1 here in the second half. In the near corner. Popped out towards midfield. Nantucket controls. That's Keltz with it. And player taken down. That'll be a foul against the Whalers. So we'll go the other way. Sandwich with the free kick from their own end. Played up, breakaway this time. Here's Rising with another opportunity. Rising fires the shot, just goes wide of the far post. Oh, looking for another one right there. Gwen Rising, who put on the Jets in the first half to score a goal, getting by the Whalers defense, almost with a golden opportunity right there, and just sent it wide. So this will be a 6-yard kick coming out for Nantucket. Whalers again moving right to left in their pink jerseys today, honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Sandwich in their white jerseys with the blue numerals and letters. Batted around, player taken down, Nantucket trying to control. A couple of players hit the deck. And this will be a free kick in favor of the Whalers. Just outside the circle. And official will blow the whistle once again. And I didn't see any card issued. Oh, they will issue a card. If he can get it out of his wallet. Yellow card issued to the Sandwich player. Let's see who that is running off. She's covering her number right now with her arms. But a dangerous play, and that looks to be number 7, Lauren Meyer. Issued a yellow card for Sandwich. So she'll retreat to the sideline, and Morgan Whitney will come in. And so a free kick for Nantucket, trailing 5-1. As we've got about 10.5 minutes remaining here in regulation, and a 5-1 lead for Sandwich, but Nantucket with a free kick just on their side of the midfield stripe. Sent ahead. And so Cray Hansel comes out of her net to pick it up. Using a couple extra seconds to fish it out to the near side of the field. Whalers with control. Spinning with it, that's Lebrecht. Far side of the field. And another whistle. And so this call will go against the Whalers, and Sandwich will have a free kick coming out. Skipped ahead, look out, off to the races, who can get there first. Myers comes out And we'll pick it up inside the box and collect it for Nantucket. Sent up ahead to Gross. Now chasing after it is Johnson for Nantucket along the far side. Johnson making some moves to Gross. Gross spinning with it. Fires with the left foot, and that one sails wide. So it bounces over the end line, and a 6 kick coming out. Woodbury checking back in for Nantucket. Also Dylan Damian back in there as well. .31.5 minutes into the second half. Again, we play 40 minutes, so time's a ticking for Nantucket. They need goals, and they need them fast. Trailing 5-1 here to Sandwich. They trailed 2-1 at one point, but Sandwich got a goal just a few moments before the whistle at halftime. And now 2 players hit the deck. Whistle blows, and they will call another foul against Nantucket. So another free kick for Sandwich on the way out. And offsides the call against Sandwich. And is a bit too far ahead of herself was Isabel Barr. So we go the other way. Now another collision. And official blows the whistle late, stops the clock as well. And this might be a yellow card. It will be. And let's see who they issue it to. And so Lebrecht will have to come out. She has issued a yellow card. And back in is Maya Johnson. And Lebrecht not too happy as she walks towards the end of the bench. Just about 6 minutes remaining plus some injury time. And coming out is Myers to play that one. We'll retreat back to the goal mouth. Far side of the field. Sandwich still has it. Making some moves, but they lose it along the end line, so a 6 kick coming out for Nantucket. So the Whalers struggling today. Again, Sandwich is all but qualified for the playoffs. This loss will not help Nantucket's chances for the postseason. But another Nantucket team does have a chance to get revenge against Sandwich, and that's in football, and that'll be this Saturday for the homecoming game. 3:15 for the kickoff at Vito Capizzo Stadium, Nantucket and Sandwich football, and we'll have it for you here on the NSC and NCTV. Oh, sweet move right there by Gross. Waiting for her teammates, has Woodbury out to the near side. Woodbury centers it back in, but it's taken away by Sandwich, and the Knights will go the other way. Again, as I mentioned, within the first few moments, you could just tell that Sandwich was just about a half step to a step faster getting to these loose balls than Nantucket was. Again, Whalers haven't played a game in about 2 weeks. That's due to weather. So, could have been one of the issues here as the sun has peeked behind the movie screen here, and now all of a sudden most of the field covered in shadows here at the Nobodere Farm soccer fields. Again, thanks for joining us today on the NSC and NCTV. I'm DC Collins in for Chris Morris. He'll be back with you on Saturday for the homecoming game, Sandwich at Nantucket. Charles Douglas on the dials, and Santiago Oviedo, our camera operator today. Woodbury has it, sends it wide for Nantucket. Sandwich picks it up. Knights leading 5-1. As we're down to the final few minutes here, about 5 minutes left to go, plus some stoppage time here in the second half. And again, it was 2-1 late in the first half. Nantucket scored a goal, had some momentum, get right back in it. But Sandwich scored with about a minute and a half remaining before halftime. And it's been all Sandwich here since then, especially here in this second half, scoring 2 more goals and cushioning their lead 5-1. Throwing on the far side for the Whalers. And that goes out of bounds. So Sandwich will improve to 11-4-3 overall, vying for a home playoff spot. As that throw-in looks like it goes out of bounds, and I think Sandwich will have it on the throw-in. Nope, Nantucket will still have it along the far side as the sun is dipped behind the trees in the movie screen and the temperatures dropped a couple degrees here. Not a cloud in the sky this afternoon. Wind had some effect on the goals here. It was blowing from left and right. Sandwich had it in the second half. And it's knocked out of bounds. And so another Nantucket throw-in. Sandwich clears it out of harm's way. Woodbury fighting for it there. Whalers collected midfield, though. It just goes right past Stedman. And here comes Sandwich back the other way. Sent up ahead and wide open. Look out, a breakaway opportunity for Whitney. Whitney moving into the box. Centers it back, but no white jerseys there. Good job by the Whalers to get back on defense. As Sandwich wasn't really pressing on offense right there. But a good job nonetheless of the Whalers to recognize that their goalkeeper was in trouble. Now they move it up towards midfield. Headed around a few times. Sandwich takes it back. Now the Whalers have it, and they push it to the far sideline. It is collected there this time by Benenda. Whalers have it, though, and a 2-on-1 breakaway if they hurry. This is Johnson with it on the far side. Johnson fires the shot, hits off the post, and goes to the back of the net. Oh, great shot by Maya Johnson. Went wide, and it hit the post and goes into the back of the net for a Nantucket goal. 5-2 our score right now. You can see from out wide, she just put it past the diving goaltender, Lane Crayhansel. And so the Whalers back on the board again with just a few minutes remaining in this contest. They trail now by a score of 5-2 to Sandwich. So a little positive movement for the Whalers before we hit the final buzzer. Sandwich will kick off. Johnson gets the goal for Nantucket, and the Whalers trail 5-2. Nothing impossible, but Whalers are going to need to score again and again and again real quick before we reach the end of this contest. Sandwich moving ahead with it. Oh, with a burst of speed is Whitney. Whitney wants to get that goal back right now for Sandwich. Sends it down towards the end line and a bit too far, and Nantucket will have a 6 kick coming out. As we are about a minute away from entering stoppage time, I would imagine about 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage and injury time is what we'll have before the official blows the whistle. 6 kicks for the Whalers coming out. Knocked around by the Whalers. Looking to get something going here in the final seconds of the second half. Pushed ahead. Gross has it. Gross tries to center it. A bit behind Johnson. Johnson scored the goal a moment ago, looking for another one. Knocked down by the Whalers. They still have control as everybody pushes up onto the offensive end for Nantucket. Looking to center it. Here's Woodbury with it. Shot. Oh, and it just goes off the hands of Crayhansel. Woodbury right there on the doorstep. And Crayhansel read it perfectly. But you can see number 28 Woodbury right there. Just yearning for one. Whalers have it at midfield. Trying to set it up again. To Woodbury. Sent back the other way by Sandwich. Again, we're in stoppage time right now. Whalers trailing 5-2 to Sandwich. Pushed up ahead. Woodbury has it. Goes off of her foot, though, and sent back the other way by LaMontagne. Back this time to Whitney. Whitney with the left foot. That's blocked away. Good job on the defensive end by Escobar to keep that from going for a shot on goal. Taken away by Johnson. Johnson has it. Johnson lining up, fires the shot, coming over to deflect that. That is Escobar once again getting in the way. And that is the final as the referee blows the whistle. And Sandwich is victorious by a score of 5-2 over Nantucket this afternoon at the Nobody Farm Road soccer field. Sandwich improves to 11-4-3. Nantucket, again, this is one that they kind of needed to have in order to make the postseason. We'll see how everything shakes out. If they do make it, it will be a game on the road. But a great performance by Nantucket. As coming up for Nantucket on Saturday, again, homecoming. They'll be right back here at the Nobody Farm NES soccer field at 1:30. They'll take on Martha's Vineyard. And then on Monday, they've got Diamond Regional Votech School on the road. Then Wednesday, October 29th, they're at Monomoy. And also their senior recognition game will be here on October 29th. That's a Wednesday at 2:30. We'll be here broadcasting that game here on the NSC and NCTV. So Nantucket not out of it yet. Again, they are winless against Sandwich so far for their careers in history. Again, they trailed 2-1 late in the first half, but Sandwich put a goal in right before halftime to make it 3-1. Nantucket fought back and made it a 5-2 contest, but the final score once again, Sandwich 5 and Nantucket 2. I want to thank the officials today too, Jeff Smith and Mike Gladden, and also on camera today for us here at the NSC and NCTV, Santiago Oviedo and Charles Douglas, as he always does, spinning the dials and keeping us on the air. Our next broadcast, yes, Santiago. Hi there. I'm DC Collins, by the way, filling in for Chris Morris. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, but I want to let you know homecoming festivities start Friday night right in back of the high school. The bonfire is free to attend. If you want part of the pig roast and the drinks and all those festivities, tickets are still on sale for that, but you can come to the bonfire for free. Starts around 7 o'clock here on Nantucket. Would love to see the community out to support the football team and the rest of Nantucket athletics too, because the football team's undefeated, folks. That hasn't happened in a while. They got something special going, and they take on Sandwich. 3:15 for the kickoff Saturday afternoon, Vito Capizzo Stadium. If you can't make it out there, join us online, NCTV on YouTube, and also on Xfinity Comcast channel 1072, and also probably one of your favorite local establishments here on Nantucket. We want to thank everybody at the Box and also Sea Grill and also Backyard Barbecue and Fairgrounds for putting us on this afternoon, and they'll definitely have the game on Saturday afternoon. Again, the final score here on Nantucket, Whalers go down and defeat the Sandwich 5-2. I'm DC Collins filling in for Chris Morris. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening, everyone. And thanks for watching Nantucket Whalers Athletics here on the NSC and NCTV. Have a great night, everybody.